So here's my sadness for today. Look at my beautiful, beautiful gnome garden. It makes me cry. Making me so sad. I want to cry.
Yeah, me too.
David doesn't care.
I don't care.
But you remember we told you about all the weeds that are in here? And what a pain they were getting to be? Well, our HOA has complained about the weeds, and they're gonna fine us if we don't do something about it. So we're just going to get this gravel moved and put sod back here, because there's no way that we can keep up with these weeds out here. We can't turn it into a food forest. They won't let us. We can't just let the weeds grow up and then start mowing them over the gravel. We got to get rid of the gravel first, and then we'll be able to just mow down the weeds, and they'll fit in with everything else. So that's my sadness for today. You can see we've moved this all out. We pulled up most of the white gravel, and we'll try to save that for another use. And then we're going to try and move all this gravel to somewhere too. We have a guy coming out here to give us a quote at 5. We're going to ask him about moving the gravel and then just replacing it with sod. So we'll just see. We'll see. We may end up doing it ourselves. So we had to move the gnome garden. So we've moved it into the front here, because this area, although it does have some weeds, it is easier to take care of. We're going to leave it with the rock. I've got more. I put more in here. Look at my poor thyme. It was getting so thirsty out there. I hadn't watered in days, and it really hasn't. I mean, it's rained, but not excessively. So we're giving that a good soak. This is where we put the other. And I've actually got 3 of those blue pots with the bugs on them. So I'm going to bring those out there, and I'll have the 3 of those there with some herbs. I might even put thyme in both of the other ones. We'll see. This apparently probably won't flower this year, but it sure is a pretty plant. Look at those leaves, copper, and this is a peony. It's going to have big pink flowers on it. So, and it's starting to come up over here. And you can see, look at my wildflowers are all starting to come up everywhere in here. So I need to come out and water this too. Yeah, I sowed wildflowers like crazy out here. So I'm just leaving everything to come up. I don't know if it's a weed or a wildflower. So it's staying in here until it grows and I can figure out what's what. Crows are using the bird bath, and they come over here and they soak things in it and make it a disgusting mess. Yeah, the other day I came out here, there was a chicken bone soaking in the bird bath. I don't know if they had forgotten it there or just left it there or what the heck, but that was crazy. And then look over here. Oh my gosh, there's so much coming up, and I don't know. I'm sure I planted all of it, and I have no idea what most of it is. I mean, I planted a bunch of bulbs in here. This is coming back from last year. This has a beautiful flower. And what I'm hoping with this is that everything that comes up, like I planted a bunch of perennials in here, deer resistant and rabbit resistant perennials that should do really well, of varying heights, from really tall to, I think I have some smaller ones here. And then this is flowering. I have no idea what that is there with the leaves. Yeah, and a lot of these I won't know what they are until I can compare them to the flowers on the packaging, because I have no idea what the plants themselves look like, but I'm sure these are all things I've planted. I don't know. But it'll be fun to find out. And that is where my gnome garden sits today. It's being relocated. We're still toying with a few ideas of what to do with the area that was the gnome garden where we're having such a weed problem. We're looking at, even though the park doesn't really want us to do this, we're looking at starting a food forest there. And we're just going to go in at first and just fill it with some bark, like 6 or 8 inches of bark. And we're just going to put that right over top of everything that's there, which is quite easy. We might lay down some landscaping fabric underneath there to help keep down the weeds, and then just bark and bark and more bark. And it's supposed to stop the weeds a lot better than rocks will. So that's the plan for right now. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me in the garden today. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, you should subscribe. If you have subscribed, you should ring that bell and all that fun stuff. I will see you next time. Bye now.